So, hiked all this way. I got no way to fish.
It's Saturday at Strawberry Reservoir, and as you can see, it's plenty busy. If you've watched my videos at all, you know I don't like crowds. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been able to get out, but this Saturday I didn't have anything planned. I read about a trail that'll take you back into the Strawberry Narrows. I'd never hiked it before, and it seemed like a great way to get away from people. A lot of times you're not as remote or alone as you think you are. It's a big old house. The trail went right through there. Baby horny toad. Yep, baby horny toad. That guy didn't make it. Dinner for those ants, though. My plan was to hike 3 or so miles back in and then start fishing till the fishing wasn't any good or I had a good reason to come home. It was definitely a pretty hike, and I ran into surprisingly few people. It's always a good sign when you spot animals along the trail, because probably nobody's been there for a while.
Looks like this is where it starts to get steep. Got a guy fishing down in there.
From the steep bank, I could look directly into the water, and I spotted these fish cruising the foam line, picking up an easy meal. There were probably 8 or 10 fish in this group. Some of them were probably pushing 2.5, 3 feet long. They were really good sized. The foam line was probably 50 or 60 feet from shore, farther than I could cast with a fly rod. However, it was a lot of fun to sit and watch these fish. I probably watched them for 20 minutes or so before I realized I'd probably better get hiking if I want to get any fishing in. I'd only been back into the Narrows once, and that was by boat. There were plenty of boats working the Narrows today. It was actually kind of an interesting feeling. The land side of the trail seemed amazingly calm and peaceful. However, the water side seemed kind of like a racetrack. Eventually, after I'd hiked 3 miles or so, I decided it was time to drop down to the water. I picked this area because it was open and mostly easygoing.
What I thought was my fly reel was my extra spool. So, hiked all this way. I got no way to fish. Now I got to decide if I want to go back. So all the fish I saw were working that foam line about 40 feet from shore. So that's where all the debris collects, but probably all the food as well. So once I walk clear over there and get the reel, then I'm going to come back and start fishing this way. Yep, there it is right there. Turns out you need that.
2 hours and probably 5 or 6 miles later, I was finally ready to fish. Of course, the wind had picked up now. The wind always picks up in the afternoon in Strawberry. The reservoir's nearly full, and this steep bank didn't leave much place to stand. It also made casting a fly rod a significant challenge. Fortunately, the fish were in pretty close. To keep from snagging on the sagebrush behind me, I had to cast at about a 45-degree angle, and then just do kind of a slow strip. Of course, if you don't watch where you're piling your line on the shore, then you get it tangled in an old bush. I don't think I could have got it more tangled if I'd tried. It was an even better job than my kids used to do when they were young. If you're watching my videos, you're definitely not going to see a river runs through it type of fly fishing.
That guy followed it right in. Whew, look at the size of that head. That is a big head. Yeah. That's a nice fish. Oh, come on. I think we can land you right here. Alright. And away you go. I like the green one, huh? That's a nice cut. Gonzo. Not everybody can catch a chub like that. Sure, it's by the tail the way it's fighting. Look at that. Look at that. See that big old fish? Look at that. Look at that. Little cut. I don't know where your big brothers ended up at. Huh? Another big cut. Let's see if we can find a place to land this bad boy. Not ready to come in yet. That's a nice cut right there. That is a nice cut. Oh. Not the easiest place to land them, that's for sure. There were two of them actually. This is the one that took it. I think they must have both followed it in, and then that's a great spot to land you right there. If I don't fall in, you're a nice fish. Skinny. Nothing like that last one though. Come on. That's a serious fish. That is a serious fish. So I was doing okay on green, but this brown woolly bugger seems to be the better. Seems to be the better one. Such beautiful fish. There we go. Murky water right next to shore. Can't let him run too much here because there's all these weeds. He'll get me wrapped around for sure. That is a really nice fish. Now I just have to figure out where to land him. I think maybe over here. He got off. So it's been a great day. In spite of the extra 6 miles I cost myself by forgetting my fishing reel. It's been a really good day. I got into some really nice fish. Saw lots of people fishing from boats, but I didn't see anybody fishing from shore once I started fishing. That was really nice. I also didn't see anybody catch anything. It was just about everything I could ask for. Got plenty of good exercise. Got into some nice fish. It was challenging enough, but kept me engaged the whole day. Just about as perfect as a guy could want. Definitely gonna have to hit this place again. So that's the first morel I've ever found in Utah. Talk about an excellent ending to a great day.